Hey guys, what's going on? It's Talk Fast TV back again. Um, right, it's like Tuesday, the day after the night before, the day after the afternoon before. Forest losing like the day to Brentford. Obviously Joe Wall coming out with his comments like he did. In the press, I don't say press conference to the press after the game as well. Don't forget we have started a membership thing on the YouTube channel, so do look at the description to join the membership. You do get your own little badges, and obviously you get to see a lot more in behind see content with membership. It's only £2 a month, so do look at it with the YouTube channel. Obviously, we'll up the channel up massively in terms of what we can do. So do have a look at it. Obviously, we've got the stars on YouTube, Facebook page, so they will help the channel and the YouTube channel with the super chat. So do get involved with them. Obviously, will help the channel massively. Well, it's like the day after the night before. Don't know how I feel this morning actually, to refer in terms of after yesterday result. I mean, I feel quite upset, quite disappointed to feel like that a lot has gone off in terms of feel like a lot has gone off in terms of Forest last thing here, and what is actually happening at Citigram, because it's like, I mean, Joe Wall comments yesterday, I mean, we're not friends, so what's that? There's no harmony in the club. Like, the team is the no bond between the players and the manager. There's no bond between the board and the players and the manager. We actually don't know what's actually happening. And Joe Wall's comments yesterday when he's saying about things like, we need to be harsh, we need to be honest, we need to be transparent with each other about what's going on. Obviously, that just goes to show that there must be something happening at the club where it's making the club poison this, it's making the club thingy. But where does that tell down to? Does it tell down to the players? Does it tell down to the manager? Does it tell down to the board? It's quite bad, and that none of us don't really know what's happening. And I just feel that from Joe Wall's interview yesterday after the game, that everyone needs to be harsh with everyone, and that if not, then it will cause more problems. Obviously, G. Bradford, no passion, no team spirit, and some players seem to be going through the emotions. It must be, and that probably down to no team harmony, and that who does it stem to? That didn't know harmony, didn't know passion, players not wanting to play or score. Do the players want to play for Forest? Um, that's one of the main questions. Do they want to be here? I mean, it reminds me of the time under Gary Medicine when we did go down, and most of the players that came, we didn't want to be here. I mean, looking if Colin Caldwell came in, just changed the ethos of it all. It's one of them. And it's like, it's it just feels like that minute that there isn't much harmony, and that a lot of players have lost their confidence, and a lot of players all find it hard to actually play. Is it because of they have no faith, or obviously other teams find how they do things? Obviously, G. Barford saying there, Sandberg's lost confidence since Sabri left. Not the dominant keeper of last season. He isn't the dominant keeper. Obviously, Sabri had a lot of faith in him, and is making mistakes, and obviously is pursuing bringing all the players around him and putting their arm around him and saying, this is happening, this has happened. but you can get through this. We need to dig deep and actually work hard and actually show that we are the team and we are a club united, which perfectly, obviously, going off that we're not a club that harmony at the minute. It's very, very hard to pin down what it is. Obviously, the fan base are feeling the negativity of the club, and it's going down to all them. And obviously, it's not nice to see that we're not a United fan base. So it's a shame, and obviously the fans are going off the vibes of the club. So it's a shame that we are, but Forest need to get back to that resolute of being a team, being a club, and actually playing together. So keep the comments coming in as per usual. If I will put the link out if you want to come onto the channel as well. But it just feels like at the minute that the Harmony Club isn't the best, and why would Joe Wall come out and say that? Is that what Joe Wall was saying yesterday didn't show that there's problems? Yeah, folks are trying to clear it up, but Joe Wall came out and publicly said that, and that we're not mates, and that funny. So it's a hard one to call. Ricky saying, why does he play the same players that are not playing well enough, like Suffrage and etc. He must have faith in them, trust in them, and see enough in training to actually want to play. But on the football pitch, when you're playing the more important matches, it's not working out. So, is it because they lost confidence in that? They can't play? No one's actually don't know what's actually happening. So, and it's a shame that it is happening like it is. So, it's hard one to be putting a thumbnail down to that saying this, and this happening. So it's funny. I mean, is Chris Hughton just doing it purposely to get the sack now? Is he doing it? Because I'm Chris Hughton in anyway, before anyone do try and spin on that. But it's him feeling like it's not working anymore. It's does he feel like that? Yeah, these are the best players I got, and I will keep on playing them to the board listens that. Yeah, we need to get rid of them now, or we need to start to actually improve the squad a lot more. Yeah, it won't be an overnight thing. I wouldn't want Forest to go into January and thinking, yeah, we need to sell 20 players and bring in 25, which it'd be a daft one, personally. But is Chris Hughton saying this, and this is happening? We need to start to change. This is what I got. This is where we need to go. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. So it's one of them ones as well. That Chris needs to be honest. The players need to get together and actually be a lot more honest and a lot more thinking about what's happening. And if players don't want to be there, Chris Hughton need to take them outside, take them away from the football pitch, and that say, look, I'm leaving you out. You're in the bomb squad. These are the players I want to work with and actually want to be here at Forest and actually want to take the team up. And if you don't want to be a part of this plan or want to play for me, then I don't want you in the squad. So That's what Chris Hughton needs to do. And it's probably sounds harsh what I just said, but they need to go back to being. Chris Hughton need to get this squad back. They need to get this togetherness back, this squad harmony. And obviously, if the board not doing it and not creating this togetherness, then Chris Hughton will have to do it himself, or hopefully one of the players do actually stand up like Joe Worral did yesterday and said, "We're not mates, we're not this, we're not that," and need to say some home truths. So that's what I do think what they need to do, because it's not fair on us fans to actually I mean, it was quite hard, quite disappointing to say the least. So it's a tough one. It is an absolute tough one to say the least what is happening. I'm sponsored by Bathroom Toe. So hey, for anyone who wondered what that was, Patrick saying morning mate. Good morning, hope you're well. On this very well morning. But it's hard. It's hard to actually get around. Do drop your comments coming in as per usual, because obviously it's good to get your guys' views on it and interact, obviously, as per usual, because we do enjoy the interaction on this show. It probably is less of a debate. This is, and if people think I'm being negative and being this, being that, I'm not. I'm just vibing off what I'm seeing, what Joe Wall was saying, what a lot of what I'm getting from the fan base, because it's like it's not great what's happening. It's hard. I mean, it will be hard for a lot of people, Finny. But it needs to come down that something needs to change and something needs to happen. So, Patrick, what changes can you see for Tuesday evening? I think there'll be quite a few changes for Tuesday evening, hopefully that Chris can have seen enough to say, you know what, you lot don't deserve to wear a shirt, you have to show me a lot more, and he starts to change it. I can't see him making too many, but I just hope something does change. 4-5-1 doesn't work. We need to take the game to that position and play 3-5-2. We don't score enough goals. So only goals we need games. 7 games, 2 goals, and 1 point. That's relegation. It is relegation form. You're right about that one, to refer. And we are taking the consequences of that. And after we in the summer transfer window, did we buy the right players? Have we bought enough quality, especially in the attacking thing? I don't think we have. I think that's costing us a lot more now. Letting Silver go, letting Carvalho go, it's backfiring on Forest quite a lot. It's that team harmony, especially Carvalho being there with Silver, was still part of that really good bond that they had last season. After that gone because of, I mean, it's hard to take. It's hard to actually finish, and it's frustrating to see how bad things are at Forest at the minute. I'm not going to lie to you, because it's really bad, and if things don't change, then Forest will be back in League One before we know it. So it's yeah. I'm just speechless about it all, and obviously we wouldn't want anything to be bad on Forest, but things have got to start changing, and the team more need to be there and everything. So it's frustrating watching and listening to you afterwards. Need to expand on that. If that taking a piss out of me, then I'm not really happy. So for swearing. Patrick Paul Merson on Sky Sports was saying Forest will be okay. They have to play. I think we will be okay. I do feel like we will be okay without a shadow of doubt. I just hope that Forest can actually sort it out and actually get back on really good terms, because if we don't, then we will be down there. So that comment back, why would you actually say that? Listening to me, if you got an issue, just perfectly inbox me instead of trying to insult me on the chat, and I will be very honest with you. I'm dyslexic, so obviously it affects my speech. So it pathetic comment, really, really pathetic comment. But I just think that I just hope that Forest can actually pull themselves out of it, and if we do, then we'd be happy. But something's worn at Forest, and obviously Joe Wall came out and said that. Now it's like they probably will discipline him because he said what he needed to say. But I just think that Forest need to actually they just need to sort out. Patrick, we just need to stay up this season and go from give the manager time. We do need to give him time. We gave Sabri a season and a bit just to finish. That didn't work. So do we have to give Chris Hughton longer in this job to actually give him the time? I certainly do think that we need to, but it needs to start from top. The positivity needs to start from the top, from Yakis, from Randall to SEO, right through. And obviously, there isn't if Fab's coming out like they are, and Daniel Taylor coming out and saying his things. So, things need to change, and if they don't, then we'll be back in League One. So, Patrick saying Jan transfer window, see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens in January, but Chris Hughton knows that you don't want to tweak too much, and obviously fans will moan at him if they don't tweak it too much. So, it will be interesting. It will be absolutely interesting to see what will happen. But either way, if we sign too many players, fans moan. If we don't sign too many, fans moan. If we don't get rid of the players we don't want, fans moan. So either way, Chris Hughton got his hands tied behind his back. It's a toxic place, and Joe Wall coming out and saying what it said just don't show that it's not a very good place at the minute. So obviously things need to change drastically. So but yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Patrick said we will need a win against Sheffield Wednesday. Oops, that kicks up since we said that yesterday. You said that yesterday, saying that we need a win just to kick start. And yeah, fair enough. Saying we went 1-0 down, it was like gloom and boom. So it's it's all right saying yeah we need to get win there, we need to get win there, but it needs to stem down to players being togetherness and unite and actually stop these mistakes and actually go for it. So that's what I do think that needs to happen. And I think if it don't, then it's just going to cause us a lot more problems. So, but yeah, it's hard. It's but here, obviously everyone would have seen Joe Wall's comments yesterday, what came out after the game, and fair play to him. Absolutely fair play to him. I mean, he might get disciplined for it, he might get a warning, but someone actually spoke out and actually said how it is. And now I'm with Daniel Tenney doing what he's doing. It's going to be interesting. It's Dawson playing Tuesday. He beat out on him and Deep So to start Tuesday. I think Dawson will come into the squad. How fit he is, we're unsure, but Dawson will be in the matchday squad from for Tuesday night's game because Vidiodu is injured. So it will be interesting. It will be absolutely interesting to see that team use on Tuesday at 6:45. But yeah, so keep on dropping your comments, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.